Stop the emails, stop the messages. I know. The banks don't want you to take the cash out of the bank, but I think you got this all backwards. But Bravo, cue the fire. I want to take all my money out of the bank. Your money isn't in the bank. They loaned it out. You go into your said bank. They have two things. After you give them your money, they do two things with it. They either, primarily, they loan it out or they buy bonds. And I know a lot of you, the banks beg you to please move it into a money market so it's off of our hands so we don't have to deal with it. So no matter what, all these things that you're thinking, the banks are going to fail, and then, okay, you're right on that one. But in the end, will not be like the end last time. Remember, the banks are too big to fail. It's not going to happen this time. And remember, with all of your money, you bailed them out. No, not this time. And also for the trolls in the comments that are like, oh, the Federal Reserve, my bank has to have a certain X amount of money to keep on reserve because like you're old and you don't know what currently. Look, reserve requirement ratios, 0, none. They don't. They loan it all out. Also, the Fed has the solution for the problems that they have created. They're currently creating, because I got to talk about the dollar in just a moment, that people are going to go, that doesn't make any sense to me. So what's happening? Okay, create problem, solve problem. What are they going to solve the banking problem with? Well, that would be their CBDC. 24/7, it goes directly into your wallet. You go buy things, probably out of the traditional banking system that you guys are currently using. The governments also want you to give up, that paper stuff you call money. That's the stupidest thing. How in the world do people everyone, that's money. Oh, so if someone writes on a sheet of paper that has to be green, money, you believe it. But believe it or not, this is probably what's gonna take place, because there's actually some kind of accountability because it's physical. They're gonna want you to bring it all into the bank, right? For every dollar, every sheet of paper you bring us, then we don't have to make those pesky things. We'll give you $1.25 in the new CBDC. But Bravo, Emperor Palpatine said they're just kind of thinking about maybe doing it, maybe thinking about it. Treasury recommends exploring. They're just exploring. They're not actually going to do it. And how is it in the same breath? They're like, I don't know. We're kind of kicking around the idea. And then on their site, they're like, yeah, we're launching it in July. But first, we need to burn this whole thing down first. Then we could launch it. And that's just how they do it. So let me show you kind of how the process works. Create a currency. Well, okay. Create a currency crisis, right? Create a banking crisis. Create a collapse. Oh, we have a solution. How are you going to create a banking collapse? Well, limit dollars. Well, but Fed go brr. Bravo, they could just print. No, they actually can't. Want to know where money comes from, son? It comes from loans in the banking system, which they're choking out Jamie Dimon right now. And all these new requirements are bad for America. And he knows it. He sees the writing on the wall. Oh, and also, if you want to know why the dollar is strengthening, it's strengthening because of supply and demand. Right now, the supply is getting choked out. Why is that? It's because you and the whole world isn't taking out loans. That's where dollars are created. Go into this place, or whether it be Jamie's place, and you say, you know what, I want a loan for $1 million. Even though they don't have anything, they can have nothing. Like the first bank had nothing. Well, maybe they had some gold, but they have nothing in there at all. And they say, okay, hold on. They write you a check for 1 million. Poof, 1 million right out of thin air. Just make sure you pay it back with interest. Thank you. And right now, all of these cats aren't making money. I know, shed a tear, especially Jamie. I feel sorry for the guy. He's been manipulating the precious metals market. What he's probably got hit with $1 billion. Oh, and hold on, let me just fact check myself on that one, because I know you guys, you're like, no, it was 999 million. It was not $1 billion. JP Morgan Gold Desk ripped off market for years. Aw, let me scroll down and find the exact amount. I'm sorry, 920 million. Now these guys are hurting. Oh, yep. They are. Yes, they are. And they're going to hurt more. It's just this whole system. It's going to go from bad to way more worser. U.S. bank profits to tumble on higher bad loan reserves. Now, this is actually an older article. So you know those bad loans? Oh, there's a whole lot more coming. Actually, talking about bad loans, these guys are like, oh, you want a home loan? Look it up. I've covered it before. You need no money down. We don't even check your credit. We don't care. How much do you want? Just understand this. At the end of the day, what you go into your bank, I get it. You're like, they won't let me take out my money. Oh, they have to go. They take me in this other room. I've only been able to take out X amount. At the end, that currency stuff, it's going away. And at the end of the day, you want to know who's going to win? They are. These guys, right? Right here, Federal Reserve. What's this say? The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the U.S. Here's why it's so powerful and how it affects your financial life. Well, I could read the story, but I will tell you, all they have to do, talk about power, is just, we'll just create a little entry over here and bam, money. Or more like entries that they can use to swap for debt, which is money in the system, which confuses everyone. But the system actually calls it pristine collateral. Can you believe that? A bond, a debt note. That's pristine. That's beautiful. We need those. Well, they're choking them out. Bravo. That is why I don't believe in this system. I don't participate in it. Yes, if you're alive right now, you're participating. No. That's why I have gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And I say, yes, no, maybe so. Because really quickly, the government could say, you can't, or you have to give us. And I know you're like, oh, I'm not giving up that right. Oh, yeah. I just watched an entire world give up all of their rights that fast because it's the right thing to do. Under the executive order of the president, 1933, give us all of your gold. We will give you the new CBDC. You will love it. The world is burning down. We will save the world. And make sure that you're doing the right thing, right? Or if you don't, you get to go to jail. Like, that's what happened then. Or you also get, you go to jail and you're fined about $1 trillion. Also, the things that you think that I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, no, this is actually hair, which always seems a little crazy, right? Right now, you think it's crazy. But when your kids are like, Dad, you're breaking the law. And your wife's like, you can't break the law. I'm going to tell. Just give up your dollars. It's fine. It's the same thing, right? It's all digital anyways. It's not. Oh, also, along with all these banking issues, there's more. U.S. mortgage lenders are starting to go broke. Let me say this again. Banks are going broke. And biggest U.S. banks scale back on property lending. See, the banks are not creating dollars in the system. So it basically will destroy the whole world, creating a currency crisis. Pound to sink below dollar after UK's mini budget. US experts predict as analyst warns of a currency crisis. So this is these should be some exciting times. Also, if you ever want to know what's going to happen in the future, always look at the charts, which I'll show you in just a second with the bank. Look at this. Oh goodness. Goldman Sachs. Ooh, preparing to shed staff and bring down bonuses. That's because it's getting bad. Also, what I was saying is how to predict that the banks are going to fail. Look at the charts. Here's Citi. Hey, how's that looking? I'd say not good. How's Bank of America looking? And all these YouTubers are like, oh, the banks. They're piling in like, come on, lemmings, let's all just jump off the cliff together. If it is under the 200, okay, that means it's going in that direction, and you need to learn how to bear trade this thing. Goldman Sachs. Oh, we had a little double bottom there with a little pop. How about Wells Fargo? Hey, look, how about a triple top? Or how about a douchey bank? That's not looking to JP. Hey, how's JP Morgan doing? Actually, if you would have exited your position on JP Morgan, how much did I just save you on car insurance under the 200-day moving average? 33%, and we're going lower. How do you know we're going lower, Bravo? This could be the very bottom. Well, if you take fundamentals, which I don't, but I just gave you I spoke a lot about fundamentals on where we are going within this entire system. I'd say that's not good. Probably take a look at their PE ratio. That won't be good, which I'm not going to look at. I really don't care. I could just, because I look at charts. I trade charts, and I could tell you we're going lower just by link in the description. Also, I'm sure Lux is probably going to pull this up because my eyes caught it. Do you see that? Yeah, we're in a channel. And do you see where the channel's going? It's going lower. Also on Deutsche Bank, you got your, look at this. It's a Head and Shoulders. It's going the wrong way. If you think it's going to pop up. But in a bull, you guys have to understand. Also, link in the description for my course, Swing Trading. Learn how to just learn the basics. Start there. You just swing trade. You get in, you get out. You get in, you get out. I don't know, or all my courses for $197, and that's 3 payments. That's it, and you get everything. Like a single university class that I used to teach was what, like $6,000 for one stupid English class, whatever it was. But on this, what you guys need to understand on a bear market, like a falling wedge or a Head and Shoulders, going the other way. It's not going to break up as it would in a bull market. And actually that one got rejected on the neckline. So you ain't getting that play. That actually becomes even more bearish. So when you guys are you're in my courses and you're like, oh, perfect. A falling wedge. It's going to break out. And it's like, oh, yeah. You see a falling wedge in a bull market. Oh, it's like perfect. It's like all the wheels of the truck fall off. Even Morgan Stanley, you had a rising wedge detected, kind of. They usually break about 80%. It looked like it broke clearly sooner than that. Wells Fargo, you got anything for me? I see a couple things. I see almost basically a triple top. This bearish. And Goldman Sachs, you're screaming to retest that 280. There, it's all going in the wrong way. And actually, a disaster of lines. I was just going through them, going up. But my Bank of America, I had a play going on. This was my falling wedge right there. That's where I put it a buy. Your price target was actually the 200. What did it make? Not maybe halfway there. We're living on a prayer. And I'll tell you, you better be praying, because what we are going to move into is going to be disastrous. But they have a solution. Oh, goodness gracious. And the sheep just go right off the cliff. Wall Street risks a breaking point. Oh, I'm going to take that as that's not a good thing. After a week of monetary mania. Oh, they're going to keep it going. Do you want to know why? Well, the article says central bankers are hell-bent on tightening the monetary spigots. And I'll tell you, the Fed, the people that control the system, they're already out. They cashed out. So I wish I could come bearing these easy solutions, like just own Bitcoin. Then that solves everything. Just own gold and silver. That will solve all of your problems. Well, that is until the government steps in. You're like, but I got lead, and they're not going to take away my lead, right? There's always, everyone has their little solutions. But on this channel, the only thing I can think of, and I've been saying this since forever, we have to have an island, right? Some people email me like, are you legit about this island? I am not, but just get away from the crazies as far as you can, as soon as you can. Because when crazy become, again, you thought, 2020 was bad. 2021 was horrible. 2022 was worse than 2021. I wish we could go. You're going to keep wishing you could go back. And also, you subscribe because I give... Maybe when I'm talking, you're like, oh, I didn't think of that. That is good. Also, I agree with you. I'm not fighting. I have no dog in this fight. Own gold, own silver, own Bitcoin, own anything that you want. Buy this, do that. I'm okay. I'm just kind of telling you what I'm seeing. You want to run to the bank and take out a bunch of paper with green Fed notes, right? In God would go ahead. Those things that you call money that says federal, okay, reserve note, it's a debt note, okay? It's like it's a bond, it's bondage, and it's theirs. It has their name on it. Kind of like maybe you're in junior high or some, bully's like, hey, you got my seat. Does it have your name? Yep, it's right here. Even though you think it's your money, it actually has their name on it. And also even the name, the federal, it's not even federal. They wrote that. It's a charter over 100 years ago that could have been stopped, but the president during the time chose not to. But at the end of the day, here's my only solution: sell products, right? Make lots of money, trade equities, get away, have your own place, and hopefully it won't be as bad as I think it will. Maybe I'm just being hopeful. Oh, you did both? Thank you. I wish I had a like button on my side to like. I do. In the comment section, when you guys leave comments, I hit the little heart and I say, hey, I read all of them. Well, for the most part. I mean, if you slip one in on me at 2 a.m., I might not feel it. Just make sure you kiss me on the cheek on the way out, and I'll see you tomorrow.